Welcome to today's class on Scott Leroy Marketing Services for leadership. So this class is specifically for leadership in the office. So that would be team leaders, MCAs, maybe agent services coordinators, and director of first impressions. So all the staff at the Market Center, this is a great class for you to watch in order to learn how to best use all of our tools that we have available for your office and for your agents to leverage your time, and also how to make the onboarding process as smooth and efficient as possible, so we can try and integrate that into the processes you already have in your Market Center. And that's where I'm going to start in today's class. I'm going to take you from the beginning of a setup process for your agent all the way through the process so you can see how that goes in logical order and how to give you tips here and there to help make that as smooth as possible. Now, with that being said, so of course the first step in getting your agent onboarded is having them fill out a questionnaire. Now, before that even comes to play, we would typically need the agent's username and password for MyKW in order to get them set up on all the KW tech tools. Now, that's typically the biggest problem that we run into in getting your agent set up as quickly as possible is we don't get their username and password right away. A lot of the times the agents will fill out the questionnaire and think we actually create the username and password for the agent. However, that actually comes when your MCA or whatever staff member enters the agent into Winmore. Winmore will typically generate a username and password, a default password, and send that over to the KLRW MCA email address. Now, that is only for new agents with KW where you get that default username and password. If it is a returning agent, if they had been with KW a few years ago, or if they're transferring from another Market Center, you will not receive that new associate email with their default username and password. In that case, you can always look up their username in the white pages, send that over to us, and we can help reset their password. So what I'm going to show you is a pretty cool tip here, and that is how to get those agent passwords that are generated from Winmore over to us as quickly as possible. So from the KLRW email address that every MCA receives, we can set up a filter to make it so that every new default username and password that you receive from Winmore automatically shoots over to our support inbox, so we have that and can set your agents up as quickly as possible. So this is the best process that we have found for MCAs to set up in their account. So feel free to follow along with me here in doing this in your own inbox, or you can watch, take notes, do it later, and of course we're always happy to do this for you if you prefer. So in theory, what you would want to do is go ahead and log into your KLRW email address. So that's the KLRW, your office number at kw.com. And you would want to do so on gmail.com. So from there, if you could go ahead and click on the settings gear on the top right of your inbox. And guys, please feel free to stop me at any time to catch you up. I, of course, want to make this class as useful as possible for you, so I'm happy to answer any questions or catch you up to make sure we're all on the same page. So again, we are in our KLRW email address on gmail.com. We are clicking the settings gear on the top right of our email inbox, and we'll select settings from that drop-down menu. Okay, so again, that was settings gear on the top right, and we'll select settings from that drop-down. Now, from this page here, we'll actually want to go ahead and click on the forwarding and pop/IMAP option on the top blue toolbar here. And even if you aren't an MCA in your office, this will still be helpful for you to see. It'll show you some Gmail tips in general. For example, on how to forward an email account, a KW Gmail account. I'm sure you probably get that question from your agents. So again, we are clicking on settings on the top right of our inbox, that settings gear, selecting settings from that drop down. And then from here, we'll go ahead and select forwarding and pop/IMAP. Pop/IMAP. Tongue twister there. On that top blue toolbar. And in this forwarding section, we'll go ahead and click Add a Forwarding Address. That button at the top there, we'll click Add a Forwarding Address. And the address you'll want to enter in is actually our support email address. So that's support@scottleroymarketing.com. And don't worry, we won't be forwarding all your emails over to us, just those new associate emails. So again, we clicked on Add a Forwarding Address, that button at the top here. And we are putting in support@Scott with 2 T's, Leroy, Leroy, marketing.com. And you can go ahead and click Next. It might give you a little pop-up here to confirm the forwarding address. That's great. We can just go ahead and click Proceed. So once I click Proceed there, it'll let me know that I added a forwarding address, and I can simply click OK there. All right, so this is where we'll want to leave it how it is. We won't want to click on the dot that says to forward the incoming mail because we don't want all of your emails, surprisingly. All right, we're going to leave that disabled here. And we're going to go to the final step of getting this over to us. Now, this is a pretty cool Gmail tip in general that can be used for a lot of things, such as filtering maybe all those dot loop notifications that you probably get as admin. So where you'll want to click on the search bar on the top of your Gmail inbox is this drop-down arrow to the far right of that search bar. Okay, so there's a little drop-down arrow to the far right of that search bar at the top of your screen. And it will give you a little search box that displays that will allow you to expand your search, which this is pretty cool about Gmail. It does give you a wide variety of items to search by. And what we'll want to do in the From field is put in the email address newassociate@kw.com. So in the From field specifically, we would want to put in newassociate@kw.com. Because that is where all those default logins come from that are automatically generated from Winmore whenever you enter your agent into the system for the first time. So again, that was newassociate@kw.com in the From field specifically. And go ahead and click on this blue link on the bottom right that says Create Filter with this search. This is a super awesome feature of Gmail. So I'm going to click Create Filter with this search on the bottom right. And if you'll go ahead and click on Forward It To, so that checkbox to the left of Forward It To, about halfway down that box there. And last but not least, let's go ahead and click on that drop-down box where it says Forward It To. There's a drop-down, and go ahead and select support@scottleroymarketing.com. So this is saying that every time you receive an email from newassociate@kw.com, which will have your agent's default login for MyKW, your Gmail account will automatically forward that to support@scottleroymarketing.com, so we get your agent's login right away, and we'll make sure to be able to set them up as quickly as possible with the KW Tech Tools. And from there, you can simply just click that Create Filter blue button on the bottom there, and that will finalize that filter. And that is it. I know that was a couple steps there to get that done. It is really helpful to have that filter set up. It cuts out some work for you. If that seems overwhelming to you to set that up, no worries. Feel free to email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd be more than happy to set that up for you in your MCA email inbox, that KLRW email inbox. So just let us know how we can best help you with that process. But that has made setups go a lot faster for MCAs that do have that set up. All right, so please let me know if you have any questions on that process. But I will be going on to the scottleroymarketing.com website. So if you're following along in today's class, feel free to pull up a new tab on your computer, on your browser, and go to scottleroymarketing.com. So again, that's scottleroymarketing.com for our website. And if you could scroll down past this large image at the top of your screen to find that white toolbar here, you'll actually want to hover your mouse over KW Resources. So when coming to our website, this KW Resources tab on our menu is your best friend. Same with your agents. Okay, any of your agents trying to find any of our tools, it is all under the KW Resources tab. We tried to centralize that to make it a little easier for you guys to find. So I hope that helps. And after hovering your mouse over KW Resources, if you could also hover your mouse over questionnaires from that drop down. And let's go ahead and actually click on that questionnaires option that pops out. So again, I'm on scottleroymarketing.com. I hovered over KW Resources, hovered over questionnaires from that drop down, and then I'm clicking on questionnaires from that flyout menu there. And unless you're already logged into that our site, it will take you to a page that you'll need to log in. It does the same for your agents, so it's great that you're seeing that. The login for that is just your Market Center number. Okay, so you can go ahead and put in your Market Center number, click Remember Me if you would like to, and go ahead and click Login. And that will take you over to all the questionnaires we have available for your agents. So let me briefly explain all the different questionnaires that we have in here. And just a heads up, these questionnaires are customizable for your Market Center. So if you're looking at our questionnaire and you see a question you don't want asked, we'd be happy to remove that for you. Same goes for if you have any extra compliance in your area and you need like the agent's license number added to their website header, for example. We can add any questions to the questionnaire as well. So feel free to contact us with any customization you need for your questionnaire, and we're happy to do that for you. So just briefly to overview what each one of these does so you know how to direct your agent on which questionnaire to fill out. The top one here, the setup questionnaire, that is the most commonly used questionnaire that's used for all new agents. Okay, so 9 times out of 10 you will direct agents to fill out this setup questionnaire. We also have a short form setup for those agents that don't want to spend a lot of time filling out a questionnaire and just want it done as quickly as possible. I'm sure you've run into those agents before. The short form setup, it just asks less questions, so it's a little less customized. Of course, they can always send over the customized information at a later time, like their social media links and biography and so forth. The short form, it just doesn't ask quite so many questions if they're just looking to get set up as quickly as possible. Transferring KW agent, so that is for an agent transferring from another KW office to your brokerage. Right, so that's not so much for an agent who's transferring from Century 21 to a KW office, for example, only transferring it within KW Market Centers. We also have an expansion agent questionnaire, which is a newer questionnaire, and that is for agents who are staying active in more than one market center. So if they're active in your market center and staying active in a market center in Florida, for example, the expansion agent would get that set up for them, as they'll receive they'll receive 2 websites for both of their market centers and so forth. Capper questionnaire, so you can fill out this capper questionnaire if you have any cappers joining or luxury agents, and we do expedite that questionnaire for you as long as you get that questionnaire into us by 2 p.m. We try and get that out this very same day to you and your capper because we know they need access to their KW technology ASAP. Teams, so this is of course for teams coming over to KW. Just note that these are for brand new teams to KW only. So we'll set up their KW account in a team manner instead, brand it to their team. Admin questionnaire, so that is for any staff joining your market center, if you get a new ASC, for example, or even if you have a real estate team in your office and they get an admin on that team, that's how we would set them up. And lastly, we have the Playster questionnaire, so that's great for any existing agents to fill out. We do set up your agent's place-through site during the initial setup of their account, but if they've been with your office and just need a place-through site set up, we can do that. Also, by the way, if you need your office place-through website set up, feel free to fill out this questionnaire as well, and we can set up your office place-through site for you. That's no problem. So I got to all those questionnaires, and I do realize that was a lot of information, so feel free to always have us send the agent the questionnaire. What a lot of market centers will do is they'll email us the agent's original login for MyKW, and they'll also include the agent's personal email address on that email. And then at that time, we can send the agent the questionnaire directly, since we know which one might best fit their needs, and we'll copy you in on that questionnaire so you see that was sent out to them. So again, if you would like, feel free to just send us your agent's personal email address, and we will send them the questionnaire directly, so you don't have to worry about that. So going from the process here, so let's say you've already given us the agent's original login from Winmore. Your agent has already been sent the questionnaire and filled it out. The next question might be, okay, the next day, is the agent already set up? And to answer that question, we set up a questionnaire queue. So again, I am hovering over KW resources on that white toolbar on the ScottLeroyMarketing.com website. I'm hovering again over questionnaires from that drop down, and I'm going to actually click on where it says questionnaire queue. And that will actually bring up an Excel spreadsheet of all the agents that we are setting up for that day. So it'll show you in the first column here what agents we have in queue for the day, and in the second column, any agents that we're missing the login for. All right, so if they are in the center column here, that means that we're not able to access their MyKW account since we don't have their MyKW login. So if you do see your agent in that column, feel free to contact us and we can try and get that password figured out. All right, so that is our questionnaire queue. Great to reference to see if your agent is in progress and if we are missing their login here. And from KW Resources, and if you followed along with me on that, I'm just going back to the ScottLeroyMarketing.com website. And I'm hovering over KW Resources and questionnaires. So from here, one more thing I want to show you on this tab, and then I'll show you what we do during your agent setup as well. But from this questionnaires tab, you'll see a 30-day challenge. So feel free to click on that. Now, once an agent gets set up with the KW technology, they'll receive that MyKW Setup Complete email that we send them, which you've probably seen since we BCC the staff, and I'll be showing you that in just a second here. And a lot of agents get all that KW technology and all those logins, and they're like, great, well now what do I do? Which is a very understandable question because KW does provide a whole slew of awesome technology, but it's really overwhelming for agents at the beginning to try and learn all the technology and then know what to do next with it. So we created this 30-day challenge to help them stay on track and to help hopefully with retention for your new agents. So an item each day on what they can do to further optimize their KW technology and hopefully generate leads. So what we created here, so again, that was KW Resources, questionnaires, and 30-day challenge. We do have a few different challenges here. The most commonly used one is that top one, and this is the one that we put a link on our setups for your agents to access right away. I'll be showing you that in just a moment here. So on the MyKW SLM challenge, if you want to click there and take a look, it will bring you to the 30-day challenge that will give you day 1, 2, 3, and so forth to 30. We have this on our website here so that we could give them hyperlinks to each item to direct them right away over to that. We also have a printable version for your agents if any of your agents really like checklists. I know I really like checklists. Makes me feel accomplished to check something off that I did. So we have that printable version along with this kind of works together here so they can click directly to access that item. So with that being said, I'm going to show you, if you are following along with me, feel free to pause and just watch on my screen here. I'm going to show you what it looks like when an agent receives their MyKW Setup Complete email from us. Now, you are blind carbon copied as staff, so if you are not receiving these emails as staff and you want to be, feel free to let us know, and we can add you to those MyKW Setup Complete emails. So this is what the agent will receive, and so we try and get your agent set up. Our goal is 1 business day for setup. However, our turnaround is generally 1 to 2 business days that we get your agents all set up with the KW Tech Tools. This is the email that they will receive, letting them know it's been all set up. So just to walk you through these, to highlight some important things on here and let you know what we set up for your agents. There is a video at the top of the agent's email here that will walk them through how to read this email and interpret it and know what to do with it. Because like I mentioned, right, there's so many great tools that KW provides technology-wise. But looking at this list of all these passwords is rather overwhelming for agents. So there are a couple different things we try to do to help out with that. So you'll see, of course, it gives the MyKW, it gives a link to the item that we have set up. And on the right-hand side, it will show them where to go to access that tool, and also access to videos right away on how to utilize that piece of the technology. Same goes for their KW email address, their Playster website, and eEdge website, which I'll highlight that in just a moment here, so hang tight on the websites. KW mobile app, right, we give them their mobile app URL so they can download that to their phone and start sharing that to their clients. We have the Kelly app username and password, which has been quite a lot of questions this week on that with KWRI pushing the Kelly app download. Just a refresher on that. That is the same username and password as their MyKW account. If they're having trouble getting into the Kelly app, which has been an issue this week that we've seen, they would need to reset their password. So feel free to let us know. We can help the agent reset the password, or you can encourage them to log into their MyKW account and reset the password from there. Right? From MyKW, you just hover over technology on the top black toolbar and select change password there. And that should, in theory, update that for the Kelly app. Of course, let us know if your agents are having trouble with it, and we can try to contact KWRI on their behalf to help out with that. Of course, we set up their .loop account, Homekeeper, their agent profile on kw.com. We also provide a password to our website, which will be your Market Center number. And we'll put in any additional instructions we need. So if they didn't include their headshot and bio on the initial questionnaire, we request that here. Now coming on down here, I'll come back to these next steps, but if you could, I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom of the email. I just want to let you know that we do hide some information on the bottom that's only for staff, just in hopes that your agents don't make the mistake of ordering business cards with this information. That's why we put it on the bottom here. Such as the eAgency website that has been set to retire, well, for the past few years now, but KWRI is still saying that this is, the eAgency site is retiring any day now, so we'll see on that. And also the eEdge email address, we put that on the bottom. Of course, that only sends out email campaigns from the system, but agents don't typically want to use that email address. But it is on the bottom of the setup email for your reference. We also have a yes or no right here for this eAgency section 4.1 checked and sent to WolfNet. This would need to say yes in order for the WolfNet IDX to get approved. And the WolfNet IDX, if you're not familiar with that, that helps the mobile app work properly and update. Now with that being said, a lot of questions we get is on the Playster website. Now, in order for the Playster website to launch, I'm going to scroll back up here, you might see in a lot of your MyKW Setup Complete emails that you're copied on for your agents, under Playster website, it might say not available. The reason that is the Playster website will not launch in your agent's account until the MLS ID has been entered into the white pages. And typically we're not able to do that for your agents, as that has to be done from an admin MyKW account, like your MCA's MyKW account or team leader's MyKW account. So you'll have to go ahead and enter in your agent's MLS ID into the white pages. And if you've been blind carbon copied on all the setup emails, you've probably also seen that second email that we send that says Playster unavailable and asks you to go ahead and put the MLS ID in the white pages and let us know once that's done. So anytime you enter your agent's MLS ID in the white pages, feel free to shoot us an email letting us know it's done, and we will get their Playster website set up as soon as it launches. So just a heads up, I'm not sure if I mentioned, the Playster site will launch 24 to 48 hours after the MLS ID has been entered into the white pages. So that is a necessary step if you have a checklist for onboarding in your office. That is a good thing you'll need to add to that checklist, is have one of your staff members add the MLS ID to the white pages, because it not only launches the Playster website, it also syndicates your agent's listings from the MLS out to Zillow, Trulia, all those 150 other different sites. So again, your agent's listings will not syndicate out until that MLS ID is in the white pages. So it's of course a very important step. And please let me know if you have any questions on that. If you're not sure on how to put your agent's MLS ID in the white pages, I do have a 10-minute video that we can send over to you, so feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. Ask for that video, we'll send that over to you right away. No problem at all. So yes, MLS ID in the white pages is of course a very important step. So last thing on this MyKW Setup Complete email that your agents get, we do have these next steps to help try and direct agents on what to do next as well. So you'll see here, step 1 is the click here for the 30-day challenge. So that's what I just showed you before looking at this email, and will help agents stay on track and help with retention, especially if you're in between Ignite sessions. Step 2 here, I just want to point out where our training videos sit. So it says check out our training videos on the MyKW platform. So you'll see SLMwebinar.com. That is a class that Scott teaches every Tuesday that we have recorded on SLMwebinar.com. That is ideal class for the brand new agent who has never seen KW technology. So Scott teaches that class in a slow-paced 3-part class. So it's 1 hour each. So it's a 3-hour class, slower paced for your non-techier agents. He also teaches that in a quicker pace 1-hour overview for agents that are a little more tech savvy and just want to see an overview of the KW technology. Either way, that can be found on slmwebinar.com. Great to direct new agents. And I did mention at the beginning of class that slmtraining.com, that is our more advanced classes, so it's kind of focused trainings, 1-hour trainings on things like dot loop and Playster and the MyKW marketing section and eEdge database, and this class for that matter will be on SLM training as well. So feel free to direct agents over to those training classes. You'll also see the rest of the steps here. We do have access for them for print marketing materials like business cards, name tags, etc. through BrandCo. So that's a newer thing we rolled out in Agent Store. And we also have free templates for them to check out as well. And I'll be showing you that in just a moment. So again, please, of course, let us know if you have any questions at all on these setup emails. We are more than happy to clarify anything on there for you. And for now, I'm going to go back to the Scott Leroy Marketing website. So if you wanted to continue following along with me, feel free. Again, I'm on scottleroymarketing.com. And I'm just going to now show you where our trainings sit on our website and then all the leadership support items as well. So by hovering over KW resources again on scottleroymarketing.com, you will see that we have access to our live webinars, which you are clearly comfortable on getting at since you are in today's class. But this is where you can direct all new agents to go to, or existing agents, to watch any of our live training classes. Coming down to that training tab, we do have the training calendar on there, and the September calendar, by the way, is rolling out next week, I believe Scott said. The August training calendar can be viewed there. It's a great thing to print out and put around your market center to encourage agents to come to training. We have that in Eastern time, all the time zones to help out with that. So those are for our live trainings. But of course, agents are super busy and they can't always watch the live training classes. So we do have that recorded as well. All of our training classes are recorded and can be viewed right from this list here. But even better, agents a lot of times don't necessarily want to learn it as much as they would just like someone to do it for them. And I get it. They're super busy. They need to be selling houses, showing properties, and don't have time to mess with their digital marketing and their technology. And that's where we come into play. As you probably know, a big part of what we do is a tech concierge service for your agents. So on the support tab here, we do have a whole list of different items that we are happy to do for your agents. Different things like importing their contacts in their database is a big one. Updating anything on their website, setting up email drip campaigns, forwarding their domain name. Things that they might come to you for that you also don't have time for, feel free to just send them over to us. They can email us at support@scottlaurie.marketing.com and we will get them all fixed up and handle that for them. So feel free to direct agents over to the support tab on our website. And again, of course, that's all under KW Resources. Feel free to scroll around and see what awesome tools on there your agents can take advantage of. Which leads me over to leadership support. So again, from KW Resources on scottlaurie.marketing.com, I'm going to hover over leadership support. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what each one of these items does. So the 30-day launch on here. So that is similar to that 30-day challenge that I showed you near the beginning of class that we rolled out for your agents. We have a 30-day launch for your market center as well. So if you are a new market center with us, or you just feel like your agents could be utilizing our services more than they currently are, this 30-day launch will help integrate our services, hopefully promote our services around your market center to help drive your agents over to us so we can handle that for you, so you don't have to worry about that. KW leadership support, just combining words I guess today. KW leadership support, so this is similar to that support page that we just looked at for agents. However, this is all tailored to you as leadership for the office. So this is a whole bunch of things that we have collected to handle for you. Some popular ones on here that a lot of market centers will use is the domain forwarding to your market center website. We can set up email campaigns for you for your recruiting or retention campaigns for your agents. We can help you import your roster for that matter. If you have it on an Excel spreadsheet, feel free to email that over to us, your roster, and we can import that into your admin MyKW account and set them up on a retention campaign. Same with your recruits, same concept. Other big ones that offices will use is the List Hub exceptions report. So we can run a report from your MCA's MyKW account to see which listings are not syndicating out in your office, and we can fix that up for you. That's a big one. Office Placer website, which I mentioned earlier, and the recruiting website. The recruiting website, if you don't already have that in your market center, we are happy to help you set up your recruiting website, and you can simply fill out this form here to have that done. We also have, as you scroll down, a whole bunch of different items that you can check on. It kind of overviews all of our services right from this page here. With that being said, I'm going to come back up to KW Resources on that white toolbar. And again, please feel free to let me know if you have any questions at all, or if you need me to go over anything further. I'm going to go down to leadership support from that drop down again, so that's where we're going to focus on a little bit here. And leadership cheat sheet. So if you are not a whole big fan of videos, you don't have time to sit through a video to learn how to do something, I did create this leadership cheat sheet that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to do literally everything I could think of that you would need to know how to do as leadership in an office. It does have at the top, it'll tell you what page the item is on, so you can look steps 1 through 4 on how to get that done. So that's all written out here on the leadership cheat sheet, and that might be great for you to check out to view that right away. Right, so from the leadership support option again from KW Resources, let's talk about offboarding. So if any of your agents make the poor decision to leave KW, you can fill out this offboarding questionnaire right here on our website, and we will go through and we will do things like deactivate their websites, deactivate any email drip campaigns, disable their agent profile, export their contacts, change their KW email password if you don't want them to have access to that, and so forth. So that's a great thing to fill out, because just a heads up, even after you remove them from Winmore, their KW email address and a lot of their websites can stay active with it for about 30 to 60 days, even after they've been removed from Winmore. So if you fill out this offboarding questionnaire, we can go disable all that. And of course, just make sure you hear back from us that it's been done before removing them from Winmore, because they need to be in Winmore for us to be able to access their account. So yeah, feel free to utilize that right there. Office marketing flyers. I'm just moving down this list here. Office marketing flyers. So these are flyers that we have on our website that you can print out and put around your office. Different things like detailing what our services are, our training classes, and so forth. The goal is to promote our services to get agents off your plate and onto ours. So feel free to check those out. This is a cool one. This is a newer feature that we've added to our website, the onboarding checklist template. I'm going to go ahead and click on that so you can see what that looks like. And I'm going to double click on that file from here. And just in case you missed what I did there, I am on KW Resources, Leadership Support, and I'm going to actually click on Onboarding Checklist. If you'd like to do the same to check this out, feel free. And you can just simply double click on that file in the drive here, and that'll pull that open right away. So what we did is we tried to create a template of a a checklist for agent onboarding. So when I was staff in a market center, I used to have a folder for each agent with all the tons of paperwork they have to fill out to onboard inside. And on the front, I had this checklist to make sure all the items got done that needed to be. So we just created a template. This is totally editable. We created a checklist though of different things like what the MCA could do, or ASC, front desk, how to kind of split up the tasks that need to be done. Highlighted here, I know it's a little small, but adding MLS to the white pages, that's a big one, and that's on there. But feel free to check that out, and you can totally customize that to make it fit your needs for your market center and your processes. In order to edit this, just a heads up, if you do want to edit this, it's a really awesome tool. The only two things that you need to do to be able to edit this, and this goes for all our templates, which I'll tell you about in a minute, but you'll need to be logged into a Gmail account. So a KW Gmail account totally works. So you'll need to be logged into a Gmail account is one thing you'll need to do. And the only other thing you'll need to do to customize this template here is go up to File on the top toolbar here under where it says New Agent Checklist. So you'll go File and Make a Copy. When you click Make a Copy, you can just click OK. It'll name it. You can always rename this. But what it's doing, it's taking this template and copying it into your Google Drive. So then you can customize it and make it your own for your market center. And that goes for all of our templates. Right? If your agents or you are using any of our templates, which I'll show you in just a moment here, they'll need to do those two items, be logged into a Google account, so their KW Gmail account or a personal Gmail account. Either one works. And then they'll just always need to go to File and Make a Copy in order to edit our templates. Those are the two noteworthy moments of utilizing our templates. Those two things do need to be done. So please let me know if you have any questions on that, but it is a really cool item to take advantage of as an office if you don't already have a checklist. So again, I got that from KW Resources, Leadership Support, and Onboarding Checklist Template. So just a couple more things on this list, and then I'll let you enjoy your Friday. The SLM overview here. So Leadership Support, and I'm clicking on SLM overview. Feel free to follow along if you would like. Now, as you've probably gotten out of this class, we do have a whole lot of different services that we provide. So in an effort to make sure that you guys always have it accessible to see all of those services in case you forget what any of those items may be, we made a page here that outlined all the different services that we provide. It does have a lot of information as you scroll down. It will tell you the 5 main sections of our business that we are happy to help with. And so if you want any fun, light reading, this is a great place to check out what all of our services are, just in case you forget any time. And again, that was on KW Resources on the top right toolbar, Leadership Support, and SLM Overview. So again, just an overview of all of the services we're happy to provide for you guys. And this last tool on this menu, I think you'll really like as leadership. So if you'd like to follow along and go ahead and click on Track Your Office, feel free. Now, I know training tracking has been really big with KWRI for the past couple years, actually. And so to try and help with that, we did create a training tracker for any of your agents that are attending our live webinars. So you can see which agents did attend that by clicking here. For training tracking, please click here. All right, so you can view that right away. You can also, so this is a training tracker for whichever agents have submitted a questionnaire from our website and a general support form. So any agents that have submitted any form on our website, you'll be able to see when they submitted it, at what exact time, and what they submitted. You can also search by your agent's name. So if you're unsure if John Smith submitted the questionnaire, you can come on here, search by their name, and find that out right away. So great tool. And again, KW Resources, Leadership Support, and we are on Track Your Office. Okay, very last item in today's class, we're going to talk about our templates. So under KW Resources, if you'd like to follow along and go ahead and select templates from that drop-down. We rolled out our templates, I want to say within the last year or so, so they're a fairly new service. As you scroll down to KW Resources and Templates, that's where we are. As you scroll down, you will see a video at the top of the page that will walk you or your agents through utilizing any of our templates here. I'm going to highlight a few items on this list. As you scroll down, you'll see a whole bunch of different red boxes for categories of the templates. I'm going to highlight a few that I think you'll really like as the office, and maybe a couple to point your agents to as well. So different things like anniversary flyers and first closing flyers. Of course, creating these flyers for your agents and posting it on your Facebook or sending it out on the intranet. You know, it helps with retention, making them feel like, wow, my office recognized my first closing, for example. So we created flyers on that, first transaction. We have award certificates, birthday flyers, same concept, all in an effort for retention. We have bold flyers, boot camp flyers. As far as for your agents, we do have business cards now available through Brandco, so they can come in and order those through here. While we're on the agent point, email signatures are probably our most popular for agents as far as our templates go. Those email signatures, you might have seen an email banner on the bottom of different emails that come through. Agents can create email signatures right from here to put on their email to make it look professional. And just a heads up, we can set up your email signature for you as staff. So feel free to email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and let us know you need an email signature created. But just a couple other things as far as templates that you'll want to take advantage of as staff. We have career night, flyers on here, calendar, capper. So you can scroll down and see all the different items that we have. If there are any templates that aren't on this list, feel free to let us know and we'll try to get that created for you as quickly as possible. With recruiting flyers as well. As I mentioned, the two noteworthy items to using our templates are, first of all, you'll need to be logged into a Google account in order to access that. And remember how I showed you, you'll click on File on the top right and make a copy. That is the other important step in utilizing our templates. And the video at the top of this page will actually walk you through that or walk your agents through that right away. If you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to call us or email us. We're happy to help you through this. We're happy to help figure out the best possible process of how to integrate our services into the process that you have to make your life as easy as possible. So please let us know. I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I hope that class was helpful for you to learning all that we provide. Let us know if you need anything at all. Take care, guys.